Um, I got everything back up running. I don't know what caused me to crash. Like my entire PC decided to shut down. Oh, I'm right now banking that everything is fine. Let's see. Yeah, I thought as much. Okay. So we would have to do this entire dungeon again. Thankfully, I now know more of the mechanics now. Thankfully. Yeah, I honestly have no idea what caused my PC crash. I think I must have like kicked the wire or something. But it was like rebooting. It crashed and then rebooted. So I was like, okay. But this was actually very different from yesterday. Yesterday was something else entirely. Because at least this time it was actually trying to turn back on, and it was turning back on. I was like wondering, why is my taskbar still like showing? Thankfully, you can't see that on the screen. It's just very obnoxious. Alright.
Away with you!
One second. Okay. In case my PC was the cause of it and it overheated, then I have like a window open. It's very cold. So. But as I mentioned, I think I might have accidentally kicked the wire. I'm gonna, once I'm done with it, I'm just gonna redo the back wires. See if I can make it more suitable. I mean, like kick from or less. Less like kick from, I mean.
Out of my way!
making, like, since I've already done, like, you know, the oohs and ahs of, like, the first run, I'm just gonna go straight for it.
Away with you!
But yeah, no, I can actually tell when I kick the wire. Because the PC will try and return on. It will give it its honest attempt. It's still on because the wire is still there.
I will not hold back! I will not hold back! I will not hold back!
Out of my way!
I will end this farce!
No mercy!
Technically, I kind of like got to more Algin Tombstone than I should have. Because even though I logged off, like, before, I still logged off, so everything up to that point is safe. That means means the XP still transitioned, everything still safe.
of my way!
I will end this farce.
But yeah. We should be almost done. We're now at the second boss.
No mercy!
There.
Out of my way!
I will not hold back.
I am of the first brood! You underestimate me! I am of the first brood!
of an alien. Okay.
I will end this farce. I will end this farce.
Don't we love the sirens of the police? Yes. I have the windows open. That's why you can hear them.
I will end this farce.
This will hurt.
I will not hold back.
You're mine.
Breathe deep of your death. I will end this farce. You must die.
I just saw 99 damage. I'm like, what? just saw 99999. I'm like, that was a death mechanic instant, and I've been avoiding that constantly. Okay. I guess this is what I get for using all my buttons there. Not so. I just literally got too greedy. That was my own fault. I got way greedy. Oh, Elden Ring and Dark Souls. The lesson is for those games, like, don't get too greedy. You know what's gonna happen if you do.
Underestimate me! I am of the first brood. You must die! My blade thirsts for blood. I am of the first brood. Protect me, my minion. You underestimate me. I am of the first brood.
I will end this farce. Taste through despair.
Stubborn mortals. Fill your lungs.
I will not hold back. I will not hold back.
Out of my way.
No, I do have to. Got it. I don't think I see the fun. Neat. I got the minion. No, it's got the furnishing. Never mind. Oh, I'm keeping. Who was that place? Is that it? That was a fearsome foe.
This Scarmalione, he knew the gate had opened.
And not for the first time. He and his brethren must keep watch over the portal.
As we do ours, but to unflinchingly consume a fellow Voidsent. Like men, perhaps they form factions and fight amongst themselves.
The question is, what will the minions do?
Your mistress is no more, and the one who consumed her we slew in turn. Do you still mean to try us?
I expect some Voidsent are more intelligent than others. Perhaps these ones simply do not understand our words.
Even beasts ought to understand strength.
There is much we do not know about Voidsent. If we are to survive their world, it would be wise to learn their ways.
Proceed with caution and pick up what we can. Don't overthink it. We'll improvise as we go.
Sage advice, my friend. 'Tis reassuring to have one so experienced with us. I am here, sister. Finally here. And I will find you. I swear it.
Buried memory. This castle should serve as a base of operations for now. Ere we set sights elsewhere, let's see what there is to learn here. Okay. So I will not be entering any ether for a while. Oh, right. So if I need something, then I need... Just hope I can keep going for a bit. I'm honestly surprised. Like, this is relatively short compared to the other post DLCs. Like, this is relatively short. I'm not just saying that because, like, oh no. No, I mean, like, yeah, no, it's like short. Not as short as some. No? Hang on. Anyway. The warning scales are with no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But whether now I sense Ajaya were she remotely near, there is nothing. Might you not call to her? Let her know that you've come? Alas, this vessel is not capable of calling across vast distances. For that, I require my true call. And even if, where possible, Dragon's Call is born on ether, it is liable to draw more void sense to us. I see. In any case, there is little exploration to be done while we are confined to this isolated isle. I propose to begin learning what we can from the castle's occupants and understand that their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well. Let's hope a few of them are capable of speech. Let all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. We reconvene afterwards. To think we are chatting with Voids. Casual. This one does not but stare. This creature snarls and glares at you. It's unlike you will learn anything from it. Some seem willing enough to converse. Whether they have the ability to do so is another matter. What enticing ether you have? Give me some. Give me some. Ah. If only I was stronger, I'd be able to eat you. Fine, fine, I'll find someone else to eat. While able to communicate, this one seems to think only of feeding. Better to take your inquiries elsewhere. Like prevailing tongue in Novaron, the language of this world bears resemblance to our own. It may be assumed that we share a common ancestor. The mistress's eyes are beauteous sublime. To bask in her gaze is a bliss. But she's gone now, and never will I feel her gaze. No mistress, no orders. What am I to do now? What am I to do? This creature mutters endlessly to itself, not sparing you so much as a glance. I serve, I obey. Please don't eat me. A dragon? What's that? Does it taste good? I don't know anything about it. Don't know anything. But the one we caught recently, they seem to know lots. We threw them in a dungeon, but clever ones are tasty. They might have been eaten already. You'll learn all you can from this Voidson. If you look in the dungeon, you'll be able to find the clever one mentioned. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower rung Voidsen tend to have lower intelligence, would seem. A pity Scalamar is dead. He was talkative, at least. What of you? A clever Voidsen in the dungeon? That would be an area in which we emerge. Indeed. Let's take ourselves back there and find this Voidsen perfectly before its fellows make a meal of it. To the dungeon, then. I love these stone statues, like, they're really, really nice looking. Forbidden. I can't survive without someone to give me ether, but where will I find the new master? Go. Go. Doorkeeper. Prey we caught our weekend in the dungeon before being served up to the mistress. Tenderizing, she called it. And that's the way she used to like it. I told you it was dull. Man 7. Though there's only one dungeon here, we call it the fourth, the Mistress's Orders. But the Mistress is gone, and her orders with her wrath can infest this castle for all I care. No one comes and goes from this dungeon without permission. For you, though, I'll make an exception. Go on, go. They know we're gonna fucking beat the shit out of them if they try anything. Food for the Mistress's consumption is kept in these cells. With the Mistress devoured, we're free to help ourselves. But the clever one is strong. Another warning went in to devour the clever one, but he hasn't come back out. I dislike the feel of this. Stay on your guard. Could this be the clever void scent? There appears to be someone within.
You are the friend.
The friend? Oh, it's you. You're the voice sent bound to Xenos. Didn't you fade away with Xenos when Xenos fell?
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
How did it come to be here?
When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
Xenos. Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
Is that Heidelin's crystal?
I already
But
hear.
how?
I already hear like
The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the void-sent servants of Reapers. In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered, twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
A friend. Strictly speaking, I'm RT Locke. Xenos may have said I wasn't his friend. Not to you, not at least, not yet. I'll run through these cutscenes like multiple times, but like, let's go to the first one. But why be calling me friend?
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
Come on. It's like, huh? I don't know. I swear to fuck, if Xenos somehow comes back, I'm just gonna be like, how the fuck? Seeing the clever one did for my fellow warden after all. I knew it was a bad idea to go into town. Xenos' avatar. What are the odds? We still know little about her, but for now, I'm glad we found someone who can be more than moan or ether. I assumed the dungeon was reserved for those individuals for the mistress's consumption. It's fortunate that we came here when we did. Fateful, even. When I served Xenos, my mind was shrouded in haze, but one thing was clear. His obsession with the friend. Whatever that word means, I do not know. I know that only that I referred to you, and that yours was an important existence. As much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from other void sends, at least those we've met, and change we witness, I suspect is due to your crystal purging the excess darkness in her. Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and about her world. Yeah, same lines. Actually, you're the only one that's not. While the language of this world is similar to ours, it's convenient that it is her coming with Xenos that should ensure we can understand one another. The magic to summoning Void Sun also facilitates communication, you see. Without this component, a mage would struggle to make his mind known to his servant. Okay. So I doubt you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it that you're after? We're looking for a Void Sun with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to this world, and we know little and less of its working and ways. We should be grateful if you could tell us about yourself. So it's information, you see. What do you want? What do you offer for it? I beg your pardon? Voidsons do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is a sole rule in this world. You call it the void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Voidsons crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Just not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well. I'll tell you no more than you could afford to pay. Then we have a bargain. If we're to talk about the void, let us do so outside. Come with me. Why don't I just offer my ether to her? Like, don't they have like a mass quantity of reserve? Yeah, so it's a street thing. Okay. Yeah, it's a street thing. Okay. We cannot allow your shoulder to bear the burden alone. When the next opportunity arises, I offer my own ether. Their one rule is no different from that of many in our own world. It's those like Alphino who are a rare breed. You needn't worry for me. My life support is a small price to pay for her knowledge, and I'll recover it quickly enough once we've returned home.
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue.
So she's a survivor of 13.
Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void-sent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat void-sent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains, This castle, for instance. Its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void sent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb.
Oh no.
As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I have neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me void sent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
And call me what you will. I care not.
How about 0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0, then.
Here's to a fruitful partnership.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ashdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us. Did you say something?
No?
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
No one else seems to be nearby. Perhaps it was just a trick of the wind. Nothing else seems to be nearby. Perhaps they'll just prepare to win. If not is out of ordinary, I should like to hear more about Zero. I can't imagine there are many void sons like her who remember the world as it was. We may have subdued the void sons here, but I doubt they'll remain that way. Remain vigilant. Beginning. The curious notion in a world where all has come to an end. I must say, we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue the conversation within the castle. The throne room is defensible, given it has few points of egress. Let us head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but expect my payment promptly. You shall have it soon as we arrive. Oh boy. I know those lights. That's a duty. I'll see to payment, and then we may ask Yara what she knows about the Agaya. All appears unchanged here. I feel eyes on us. Stay alert. First, Selkins when an event recommend that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes entirely. In addition, you'll be required to participate in battle. Your progress will save at a certain point. In the event that you are defeated, you'll be able to try again from the most recent defeat. Please note that if you enter battle associated with other quests or log out in the game, this progress will be lost.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Again? But we struck it down, watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course. In the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must.
I think we know what happened to your sister.
Souls, by my power, be reborn!
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger. We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
That a bothersome cutie should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
Okay.
Every soul in this domain serves me now. Come, feast upon their flesh.
The castle answers his call. We do well to break up this feast quickly.
Then let's see these guests on their way.
Behold the power of the Archfiend of Earth!
He hastens their regeneration.
We are deathless! You cannot defeat that which cannot start! Struggle! Water on!
This bodes ill.
Our foe has too great an advantage. We need to drag him out of this damnable feast.
end in sight. A retreat may be in order.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
They've been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Satisfied?
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine. However it comes, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn Voidsent into crystal.
What is this hope? You assemble before my brute strength!
Attend to the minions first. Be gone!
reinforcements! This will hurt!
Another dead to be killed.
I must deal with you. I'll kill you all myself.
Finally getting serious, though. Very well. Let us return the favor.
We must stop him now!
Everyone, to me!
Give it everything you've got!
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again. What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria! But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
come, seekers of might. I, Golbez, have called you four hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade. That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, but what of the crew's gift?
In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether. This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my four arch-fiends.
Oh. Yeah.
As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether. Just as well, the creature may yet serve other ends.
Are you all right?
The Void Sense essence remains. But it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmelione called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I receive my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
A dragon resembling a great worm. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya. Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
A friend of mine just sent me, literally just said, stupid. Sorry. Anyway, if Golbez has Ajay at his mercy, then we must find him. Hopefully Zero has a knowledge that will aid us in the search. We vanquished one of Golbez's archfiends, but three remain. As troublesome as this one, I expect. There is nothing like the ether of living mortal. I haven't felt so satisfied since my return. In light of our recent experience, I expect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. From the memory of Golbez and his archfiend, we have more questions now than answers. But this is a sign that we are making progress. Groping in the dark. RJ, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Voice Sent here. Yeah. But clearly you did not know they could regenerate. Else you would have shared the detail beforehand. They seemed to be dead the last time, yes. I was in a bit of a rush and didn't have time to wait around and see. I doubt not that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated did not return. In convocation of the natural order. Do you remember aught out of the ordinary? A sealing magic like Zero's, perhaps? There were circumstances in which we were unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the powerful you grow, but in progress, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbor may break free and close into distinct void sense once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul must be devoured by your enemies, or your erstwhile prey, a fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet despite his greater strengths, Scaraboo managed to resurrect rather swiftly, and there are others capable of the same. Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I can bind the ether of the soul in the crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I'm told that the heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called Auracite. Are they and Memoria one and the same? Auracite, I do not know those words, but the world is vast and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere, but it does sound quite similar. How does one come to wield Memoria? And what happens to your beard? I never thought about that. I don't know. The void sent can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. I see. That doesn't satisfy her. 0. I wish to ask you about the man named Golbez. He may have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us about him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say I know how. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must hurry, try talking to the other voids again. Let us entrust the task to Arthi. His echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, he should be able to maintain his composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but I will not ask about Golbezim. But will you not ask about Golbezim instead? On the terms to begin with, perhaps. Paris to begin with. Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. Scaramouche appeared surprised by Zora's power. As she says, it must be a lost art that makes her invaluable to our cause, far more than someone who can simply communicate. Oi. So this echo of yours, you can see into the past. Interesting. Those memories may as well be all that remains of it, though everything and everyone was warped by darkness, however sordid it may appear. This castle is simply the product of its mistress's mind. I know what it feels like to have my essence blended with that of another, yet Tremelius, Tremolius that it was only one warm soul to be bound to scores of others over thousands of years. Sounds horrible. According to your vision, Golbez recruited his champions and raised an army by offering a dragon's ether in exchange. Whatever crusade is unconscionable to use the dragon's life force as fodder, you will answer for his deeds. Damn. Damn. The clever one hadn't been eaten. If no one wants it, then perhaps you'll die. Phobos, of course I know him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who cannot fight. If you don't want to be eaten, you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. If one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Golbas, you say, my mistress spoke of him. He commands the Archfiend. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, yes, she did. Ugh, the tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. What do you know of Golbas? Golbas, I know of him. From those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. Is there no end to these questions? I should have demanded more ether. Oh, you finished already? Or did we get carried away talking? There's no easy way to mark the passage of time in this world, nor do I imagine such things concern void sense. It would take considerable mental fortitude to still care about after millennia in this endless night. No trouble on your end, either. Good. I dare say Summerlone's fate served as sufficient warning. Let's hope those dwelling have the same sense. Welcome back, RT. Were you able to learn auto value? So, countless voice sends answer to the Archfiends, who in turn answer to Golbas, as your vision did suggest. Summerlone's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbas if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either many yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zoro. Zero. I would ask a favor of him. I am determined to save my sister Ashdaya. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbas has her, then I must find her. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of the world already? If you want my help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? If you accompany us, we can offer you protection. Surely you must desire something. Name it. We're not like Xenos. We would never, ever force you to serve. You aren't forcing your avatar to serve against its will, that's true. Yours is an equitable covenant. That being the case, I can believe your words. You will provide fair payment? Well, what do you offer? Very well. Zero, I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, you will be provided in ether. That's all you had to say? Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place that archers may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know we can get off this isle? I was brought here on a mount. You can leave the same way. Not to mention that I did notice some flying creatures near the entrance terrace. Given our numbers, we'll need a huge one. Regardless of size, all we can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let's go and find our mount at once. Not good. Monogabas must hear of this. Were I in my true form, I would be able to carry you all, but even were it possible to do so in large the gate, the risk would be too great. Zero will best know how to handle the creature. Let us watch and learn. Not all voidsons can fly. It stands to reason that some will be made to serve as mounts. We should be able to find a mount here. With the gospel in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether would suffice. Are you ready?
There it is. Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! Why didn't I see that? Let me have some, let me have some! Not fair. I don't want to be.
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
It is said that a person's domain is a reflection that abides in their heart. If true, this place may offer glimpse into Zero's past. It's quite a gathering of voids, and I pray one among them has the knowledge we seek. The longer one lives, the more one yearns for peace. I understand why some would sequester themselves here. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, if tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. If it is a void's nature to consume, their sole purpose, even if the pursuit of ether may lead them to their undoing, may succumb to the instinct. But any who succumbed here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it's absolute. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master to another, but whether any of those masters turn to serve goblins, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it wouldn't be difficult to communicate. We should go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we learned all we can, let us convene at yonder plaza. You're going to, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. And it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Ready then? Lead the way. I'll leave it to you to decide with whom you speak. I call this my abode. I've spent hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. While physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's ether, you cannot preserve one form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another soul. Dualities your sense it dilutes your senses of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate to visualize who I am in a place all my own. Do it now. This is the heart of the domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall the statue though. However it came to be, I certainly didn't wish for it. Whose likeness is this? You ask. The hero who will save the world. I'm waiting for the day he comes, or was it a I can't remember the details. I don't know how long I've been waiting, or why I can't, or why I even wait. Could you be the hero, perhaps? No, I don't think so. Something tells me I'll know when I meet him or her. I'll just have to keep waiting. What happens if you have, like, a shield on you? Hang on. Yeah, it's dark night. Yeah, same thing. Okay. Don't walk around with her like that. You're her minion then. I don't know. You know I don't take minions. You ask some questions and I want you to answer them. Golbaz. I don't know that one. Oniskaha. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Skahath was a powerful voice sent who ruled over vast domain. There was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. Stay away from me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. Golbez. I've heard the name before. Ah, I remember. Always speaking of Great Crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. A crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this? Farfella, who was a minion of another minion, went on and on about terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfella can tell us more. Okay. You're the one of the mortals, is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is. What brings you here, then? Ah, yes, Golbos. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathering enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign that he is about to make a move. Satisfied with what you learned, huh? But let's step away before you become too tempted to resist. Plus, in order to strike down the cloud of darkness that my sister crossed over into the world. What befell of her after, into the gate, how did she become Golbez's captive? He these things and more I hope to learn. I might die, but I can't. Not while someone's near. You're not devouring my ether, you hear me? You're not devouring my ether! Thought he was gonna attack. Poison is too weak to create its own domain. It must join with others for protection. Alternatively, it might devour them in the bid to become stronger, and in doing so risk losing its sense of self. It was an uneventful struggle. Uneventful struggle. Where is your stall? She's probably like somewhere where you can't talk to her, but she's doing something like off the map or like somewhere in an unequal place. It seems rumors of Gilbert have reached even my remote domain. Fair to assume he's gathered the strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfello, once spawned in Gilbert's army, is a miracle he survived. Serving an archfiend. As I was trying to explain. Farfello is the weakest among us, constantly in fear of being devoured. He seldom consort with others. One he's comfortable with is Torcello. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat, and won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether, such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfello, I presume? Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Farfello. Well, elsewhere. Yeah, this is the scene I was talking about. This is what I once saw.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. Their very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Crystal? This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. The very notion wasn't absurd! Drowned in darkness. That's where we all.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains. The insolence. No place. With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
That fellow keeps the fringes of my domain this way. If I send here, don't answer to him answer. I can do as they please, but all must answer to hunger and seek out a prey when they need ether. Except for Farfello and Soterio, that is, they are content to take from one another, arguing an incident. They do not venture out. When he takes flight, Soterio will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farfello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. Whatever will I do now? That is rather expected. Where is Farfello? Farfello isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right. Left. That doesn't sound like him. Well, he's gone. All right. What do you want me to say? And he flees, as he isn't wont to do. But something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Seichirio's behavior? He's frightened. Perhaps someone had threatened him? I doubt it. He has been threatened. He wouldn't have found himself in one place. No, he would run in circles until he could run no more. That is his nature. As he says, her fellow is gone, but that is quite unusual. And in fact, Ichiro, who was clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee but instead hide here, where Farfello usually. No. We must go after Ichiro now. Okay. We need to talk. There is no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The wind rises. What is he talking about? After him. What's got into you? What do you mean the wind rises? The wind rises. She comes. Barbacina. Barbacina? Who in the world is that? We must flee. There is no time. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you. Barbar Sika, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We'll be devoured or forced to serve. To fight in the crusade. But it makes no difference in the end. All are eaten by her or her enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything, almost. I thought it was for fellow who used to serve in Archie, not you. Not you, who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You, who now speak as though you were Barbacini's minion. There's one explanation. He devoured her fellows, didn't he? Indeed. That'll account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour her fellow? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being? How did you know? It wasn't only your behavior, that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you lost control. More like it was at Farfello's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit, Farfello didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbacina more than anything, hated the endless fighting, so he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness is part of yours. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there is no such end here. No escape. All know this. In making his choice, our fellow must have been desperate indeed. And now, especially the joys with the Tidio's fair, driving him to act erratically. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, neither me nor Farfello. But there's nowhere to go, nowhere. Then tell me about Barbacina. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She is as good as here, and no one can escape her winds. No one.
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eating and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
One of the Archfiends approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbariccia.
Barbariccia. Okay.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery. Alas, poor Scarmiglione. A good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell.
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
Barbariccia.
What's the plan then?
We go after Barbariccia. What else? If we go, we play into our hands.
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia too recognized its potency.
Barbaricia.
Very well. We have a bargain.
Alright. So from right here, we've done a lot. And technically I've been streaming for 5 hours. So I will call it here. Because I do need to chat with some people to see if I can get in this trial. But for right now, I hope you enjoyed this adventure, as we're now doing MSQ. So